I didn't realize this, but at least 39% of investors, and in fact as many as 60% to 80% of investors, regret selling an equity holding to lock in a profit. Common wisdom says that no one ever got hurt by taking a profit, but that wisdom ignores the amazing upside investors often miss after they sell part or all of their holdings to lock in a profit. But what I didn't anticipate is how many investors sell their position if a stock falls 50% or more. Just look at this graph of Apple. Where would you have sold along the way here to lock in profits, and how much profit would you have left on the table at each point? In fact, going back to the people who sell when a stock falls 50%, this orange line is showing the drawdown. So whenever it's up here at 0, that means there's no drawdown. In fact, you can see that typically happens at a peak. And then as the stock pulls back, the drawdown becomes worse and worse. Well, if you were going to sell whenever the stock dropped 50%, well, the 50% line is right here, as you can see. You would have sold here, here. You would have sold here, here. You would have sold here, here, and so on, right? So, but when you sold and locked in your profits, where would you have gotten back in? That's the hard part. In fact, I think that's the impossible part. Or what about Nvidia? Look at this chart. This stock has fallen 90% or more in some cases. It certainly has exceeded 80% several times, and more than 50%, here's 60% recently. This is why I constantly pound the table about being an investor instead of a trader who tries to time individual stocks or the stock market as a whole. Buy stocks to own a portion of the business in a company you believe in, then hold on to it no matter what happens to the stock until you don't believe in the business prospects of that company anymore. And if it drops 50%, 60%, or even 80% or more, dollar cost average in, and over the very long term, you'll be glad you did. There are two conditions under which you should seriously consider selling your holding of an individual company stock. And what are they? Well, first of all, if there's confirmed reported fraud in their financial statements, you don't want to own a company where you can't trust what they're publishing in their financial statements. 2, the company shoots higher because of a takeover announcement. Look, at that point in time, all the risk is to the downside if the deal falls through. So if there's a takeover announcement and the stock shoots higher, my take is to sell it. Take the money and run. Now, another approach to that is you can hold on to it for a little bit and see if somebody else comes and bids it up even more. That is a possibility, but that doesn't typically happen. So, you have to make a decision at that point. My own thesis is take the money and run. Have you ever sold a stock, or worse yet, cashed in your gains on your entire portfolio only to regret it later? Please let me know in the comments below. This is why I caution you to be an investor rather than a trader who tries to time the markets. Investments and investing aren't that complicated if you know how to allocate your portfolio without destroying your returns and getting little to no protection from downside risks. As an investor, you need to take the long view and allocate according to your risk tolerance rather than fretting about what's currently happening in the world or what everybody else is doing that you read about in the media with their portfolios. If you want to be a better investor, I discuss how to allocate your portfolios in 2 key videos linked in the pinned comments below, titled The Ideal Portfolio Using Just 2 ETFs or Mutual Funds, and The Ideal Portfolio Using Individual Equities. Again, link in the pinned comments. Until next time, I'm Calvin Rose, and thank you for watching Invest Smarter. That's all for now.
Stay up all night, gotta work now. Make up my mind and it turns around. Say that I'm fine till I burn out. Making this money sounded so nice. Ambush here in the strobe lights. Pay anything for the high price. This life feels like the sunny water.